Yeah, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing and for your comments and likes. Today our main focus, I'm going to be talking about the turbulence in my marriage. The reason why the marriage broke down. Marriage is a very important institution, and I will chip in here that ladies, be sure before you say I do. Because in my own case, I wasn't sure at all. The marriage was only because I was pregnant and I just went ahead with the marriage. So ladies, be sure, because a marriage could make or mar you. It is your most important decision in life. You get it right, then it might benefit you in numerous ways. And you get it wrong, it might be the beginning of your downfall in life. My marriage was very turbulent. It was a loveless marriage. My first turbulence in the marriage started with my first pregnancy. There's this story. It is my own personal story actually. I was heavily pregnant and I was very sick. We had to make a journey from Lagos to Oyo State. On the journey, I was very sick in the car. So when we got home, I was expecting a loving husband to look after his pregnant wife, but I was let down big time. I was hungry, I was sick, and I couldn't cook myself, so I asked if he would make something for us to eat, and he said, if you're hungry and you want to eat, you have to go to the kitchen and cook yourself. I was so sick I couldn't cook, so I went without meal that day, and it dawned on me what I got myself into. And after having the baby, I was 20, remember. I had to single-handedly look after the baby because he wouldn't help at all. He would not even hold the baby. I remember an incident. I was in the bathroom and I could hear my son. I've already fed him, I've washed him, I put him in the cot. So I expected him to, sleep while I was having my bath. But in the bathroom, I heard him crying. He was crying and screaming so loudly. I ran out of the shower, only to find the dad was there. He was just minding his own business. And I said, you heard the baby crying. You should have, lifted him up, hold him. He said, can't you see I'm doing my own thing? I'm trying to pack here. I'm leaving for your state tomorrow. I'm trying to pack, so I don't want to be disturbed. I was shocked. I held the baby and make sure the baby was comfortable and stopped crying before I could go in and finish having my bath. Oh gosh, it was a very tough one. I had to fend for the whole family. He was out of job, so I was trading, I was pregnant, and because he was out of job, so it was obvious to me that he wasn't going to help me with the raising of babies or supporting me for the progress of the family. He was out of job, so he was a very angry person. And as you know, the Nigerian custom, once you're married, you're married. Your parents will never support you to leave the home. Even if you're dying, they will still encourage you to stay put there. So the marriage was turbulent from the beginning. But I had to go back. I had to stay there. Every time I go back home and say, oh, I'm dying, he doesn't care. He doesn't love me at all. They say, you have to go back there. Things will change. So I had to endure and stay in this marriage. I got pregnant again. And this time things were not getting better at all. It was really getting worse. With this second baby, I had to do everything. Wouldn't sleep at night, look after the baby all night, wake up, bathe the baby, cook breakfast, even for my then husband. I remember an instance, I cooked breakfast and set the table for him, and as he was about to start eating, a friend came. One of his friends popped in, and he invited him to join him for breakfast. I have not even sat down that morning. All night I looked after the baby. In the morning I cooked breakfast, washed the baby, put the baby to bed. I was so knackered. He called me, he said, my friend wants to share breakfast with me. Could you go into the kitchen and make more eggs? Fry some eggs for us. I was so angry, I was so mad. And I said to him, if you want more eggs, go into the kitchen and fry some eggs yourself. He was very upset, and they had to, he didn't do that because he can't be bothered to cook. So they had to eat what is on the table. I remember being so very tired and weary all the time because I was doing absolutely everything. Providing for the family, looking after kids, and he wasn't helping me at all. He would rather go out all day and night and return back very late. So I had to stay put there. That is what you do if you're married in Nigeria. You stay put in there. You're not allowed to leave your marriage. Come what may, you remain in there. With all the turbulence, I was getting pregnant. I was pregnant again with another child. This time I had a baby girl, and I had two boys earlier on. I had a baby girl this time, and it wasn't getting any better at all. It was actually getting worse. We were fighting, we were quarreling, we were not happy at all. I had to stay put. There was no leaving this marriage as far as my parents were concerned. You stay there and face it and believe God that everything was going to be better. Anyway, it didn't get better. It was all trouble all the way. We had another baby girl again. This time around, I was very sick after delivery. I was in the hospital for a while. He didn't even come to see me in the hospital. On the long run, I came home. The baby was sick, was very sick. He wouldn't give money for the baby to go to the hospital. I was so angry, so tired, so exhausted that I said to him one day, I will not sit here and watch my baby die. I'm just going to go. If you like, take her to the hospital. If you don't, you can watch her. I just left the house. But on my surprise, when I came back, the baby was very poorly. I had to take the baby personally myself to the hospital. We were in the hospital for like 1 week. He didn't even come to see the baby. When we were discharged, I didn't have money to pay for the hospital bill. He neither wouldn't come and pay the bills because he doesn't have to. He was out of jobs anyway. So a friend came to my rescue, she paid, and at that point I made a decision. I said to myself, if I make one mistake, I shouldn't die into it. I shouldn't die in that mistake. I have to do something. From the hospital, I went straight to our house in Lagos, my dad's house. I dropped the baby. I went to look for a van. I removed all my stuff from the house. That was the end of the marriage. I took my baby and my stuff, and we went, and I left my 3 other children because at that time I couldn't take everybody. So that was the end of my marriage as it was, because from that point onward up to right now I'm speaking to you, that baby I took that day, she was only 2 weeks old when I took her from the hospital. She's a fully grown woman now. She's 20 and she's in uni. And I would say from that moment I took that child from the hospital and I left that marriage. It's 20 plus years, 20 years and counting. I have never set my hands on this guy. We've not seen him as a family. I would not say the children even know him. He doesn't even know the children. Well, I think I'll stop here today. Next time I will continue the story and we will be talking about what happens next. What happens next after I've moved out and I left my children, 3 of them with their father. I would be talking about what happened next. So please, thank you for subscribing.